Hello, and welcome back to the EU Salt Mine. I am your host, Brian. No more bonus announcements today. Or will there be? No more official salt mine announcements at least. So let's get going. First I'll say thank you to our sponsor, Manscaped. They contributed half the prize pool, the other half was given very generously and very anonymously. AztraL is back. You may remember his last appearance in the mine quite well. It was certainly an impactful and memorable series. Will today be as memorable? eekso overcame his Game 5 curse, and changed a pattern of being reverse swept into a pattern of 3-1 wins. His league position has been improving. Can he hold his recent standing? On to the series we go then, in this important match.
A match with huge implications. AztraL versus eekso. A strong win for either player would significantly increase their chances of a top 3 finish and significantly diminish the chances of their opponent. eekso has one game plan today, and it's similar to the game plan that we saw in AztraL's last series against OSM, and that is to tilt him into a losing position. Batmobile is his weapon of choice, but he's missed an open net. That's not the best start for eekso. Luckily for him, Alpha also misfired an offense, but it doesn't happen twice in a row, and Alpha takes the lead. That could be huge. eekso, missing an opportunity like that, really takes away, not just from his own confidence, but gives AztraL a ton of confidence of his own. eekso almost actually hitting the post again here. He's got to be careful. He does put it on target, and he's 1-1 pretty early on here. Still on a bit of a streak himself. After starting poorly in the league, he has changed car and looked far better for it. And look at this, 2 kickoff goals in a row for eekso. AztraL really under pressure from the center circle. Can he come up with anything that will improve his chances? eekso wins another one, but it's not going to be a direct kickoff goal if nothing else. Still though, not easy for AztraL to save, but eekso flipping forward means he's going to also be out of position momentarily. He misses the boost at midfield. AztraL could come in and take possession uncontested. And he's looking for space on the right hand side of the field. Cutting to go directly towards eekso's goal, but flick setup wasn't there for AztraL. He decided not to continue with that play. The new look defensive version of eekso does look so impressive. Nobody really played the game like him before he did this, and now it looks even more unique. Second coming of Huxer 97 at times. But AztraL on the other side of the field, completely unique, and really I think not like anyone historically in the way he plays ones. I know a lot of people would be delighted to see either one or both of these players representing Europe or indeed the EU server at the Salt Mine Worlds. Flip reset for AztraL. He lands very poorly. eekso just watches it all happen and waits for his chance to move in and take the ball, but he's given it away. It's carelessly played by eekso. In fact, might be about to concede at the other end. Oh, AztraL unable to convert. eekso quickly turns around. It's these little bursts of speed that AztraL needs to watch out for. eekso's playing much more methodically and slowly than he used to, but he's still got the mechanics available to turn on at any moment. Pinch shot misses for eekso. Wave dash fails. AztraL off target with his long shot. eekso calls his bluff. He knew the rebound was unlikely to be taken by AztraL there. AztraL being forced back into defense, but not looking too bothered by that. At times during this tournament, he's not been comfortable defending. It looked like he'd rather be in control of the ball and where it's going. But eekso hasn't been able to punish him too much. This is one of those times that he will, though. And look at the space that AztraL's given eekso. If you look at the difference between both players and how they shadow when they're defending, you've got eekso trying to get behind the ball, hide what he's doing, wiggle around, challenge as often as possible. AztraL, meanwhile, backing way off, but he's still got it in offense. Even though eekso is there to try and get a piece of it, it's still just buried by AztraL. He's following that ball with a lot of momentum. Wave dash for eekso. Decides not to go for the fast shot. The slow one works though. AztraL flips past the ball. And is this just a continuation of the downward spiral that AztraL started to slip into in his match against OSM? Some of these goals have been frustrating for him. 2 kickoff goals, now a slow roll, and now eekso looking to add to the scoreline. AztraL just getting to the near post in time, but eekso's got him in a really awkward spot here. Misses his shot. Still more chances coming in for eekso. He's got AztraL completely boost starved right now. AztraL keeping up his speed with wave dashes and dodges, but eekso's got a lot of space to work with now, and AztraL is backed off all the way again. I'm surprised to see eekso shooting as early as he did, with AztraL defending practically on the goal line. It's a good touch by eekso to clear, and another one to waste some time. And AztraL takes all the boosts on the left hand side of the field, and eekso will have to start again in his own half. He's got another AztraL dribble to defend against. This is not going to be easy. eekso again though, sneaking in from behind the ball. Look at his line of attack there, masked by the very ball that AztraL's carrying. And now the pre-jump save for eekso in the way of AztraL's shot, which was directly at him initially. But look at AztraL though, so many angles to attack from. eekso shutting him down at every corner. That's almost an own goal for AztraL. He does have it under control now. Into the air he goes from deep in his own half, trying to bump eekso, and he gets the demo on the goal line to equalize the game. AztraL keeping his head in this one despite many saves denying him that equalizer. Despite eekso reading his every move, he continues attacking. He just keeps a cool head, and he's back in the game. Now a chance to take it. 40 seconds left. AztraL with a quick recovery. He smashes the ball through eekso on the goal line. And that kind of passive defending from eekso has worked out for him most of the game. But not if AztraL just forces it through. It's only good if AztraL does make a play on the ball. 35 seconds left. AztraL in front. He's got the ball under control at midfield. eekso decides to make a play for it instead of the back corner boost, but he can't get under it for the flick rather. 50-50 is the only option he's got. Good recoveries by eekso. Will dodge perfectly into the boost as well, but he needs a goal, and he needs it soon. If he's going to be in this game, he might try and bump AztraL, just like AztraL bumped him, but AztraL goes straight through him, and he's saved the shot. Might just get another goal on the counter-attack. He's actually flicked this one mid-air and takes a 2-goal lead with 3 seconds left. Brilliance from AztraL on the counter-attack, but it's the defense that kept him in this game, kept him in front. eekso is trying to do to him what he just finished doing to eekso, and it didn't work out. And now AztraL confirms the Game 1 win in a matchup that all eyes are on. So many players around these two in the league watching and waiting to see who will come out on top.
AztraL appears to be back to his normal self. He wins this first game, and has done so convincingly. If eekso can't respond to this on-form play, then he will lose his current second place standing. So what will he do?
Game 2. So far, eekso's game plan relatively unsuccessful. AztraL looks like he's got his head firmly in the game. He is seemingly focused to the maximum, and he's putting goals in at a relatively fast rate. That is important if you're an AztraL fan. You want to see him scoring over and over again, because it's those moments where he gets shut out and denied goals. He starts to doubt himself, starts to take more and more risks that are unnecessary, and ends up losing games as a result. 1-1. eekso responds early. Just like the last series that we saw in the tournament between Theory and OSM, every single game is so important. I mean, it's been that way all tournament long, but now even more so, because we know that there are likely to be ties. Like, there definitely will be. Game win-loss differential is everything here, and AztraL is on track for a good one. Still in with a chance to guarantee top 3 spot. Both players are. They have the full control of their own destiny. It's well cleared by eekso. Starting to feel the pressure of AztraL's offense. AztraL deflects eekso's shot into the bar. He's not landed well though. That wave dash failed, and eekso's trying to turn around quickly and punish him. Not quick enough. AztraL back in control. eekso's giving him a lot of space to work with here. Now this might be eekso's game plan. Just lull AztraL into a false sense of security. Give him some time on the ball. Bring him forward. Try and get some open nets on the counter-attack. But he has to, and he is in fact challenging early every now and then just to keep AztraL guessing, and he'll have to keep doing that because AztraL, if he's given free reign and allowed to do whatever he wants to do, is not an easy player to beat. In fact, no one's beaten him while doing that. He's only lost where he's forced to play a game he's not comfortable with. And he's forced into scoreless situations. eekso is keeping this game 2 relatively low scored. The air dribble is slow, but not a problem for AztraL. The danger of these slow air dribbles that eekso's trying to do is that if he doesn't get the ball past AztraL, there's almost no way that his bump is going to do too much. AztraL can actually come off the goal line with more force than eekso is coming in with, and that will actually turn any bump around into the defender's advantage. AztraL, the faster air dribble, but not fast enough to get past eekso. Overall, though, this is a great run of play for AztraL. He finished perfectly in game number 1, and he's starting strong in game number 2. Takes eekso out in the back corner, and he gets the ball past him in midfield as well. You know, he didn't react immediately to eekso's challenge here, but he reacted in time as to move the ball into a position that eekso can't work with, and this is going to cause eekso to play more defensively. Every time he dives in here, he's getting scored on. AztraL trying to pass to himself off the near post, looking for a mind game as well. This is the game that AztraL wants to play. He's got full control, he's got all the boost. He's able to set the pace the match happens at. eekso, meanwhile, needs to disrupt him, and he's trying to. It's another reminder that AztraL is just at that level. Or even if you play perfectly from 4-1 down against him, you might still lose. He's good enough to just take a game from you, and look at this. 5-1, eekso backs off into goal, and he has no chance against a flick. He's got some real problems right now, eekso. In game 1, he was surprising AztraL with some early challenges. He was sneaking in behind the ball, but that's not been the case so much in game 2. AztraL's kept an eye on him. He's seen him coming several occasions. eekso knows that his challenge game has not been as successful. He's trying to sit on the goal line and try that instead. It's such a dangerous move against AztraL to just sit in goal and try and save his shots. Sometimes they're just too good. AztraL sends another one on net. It's slow and low, and eekso has it under control. Better shot from eekso, but not good enough. And AztraL's control in the back corner has got the ball for himself. I don't know if he realized eekso was going to leave that, but that is certainly what eekso had planned. Final 2 minutes, 3-goal game. eekso trying to mess with AztraL's landings. Not just now, but earlier as well. And AztraL shrugging off these challenges. He's shrugging away the pressure. eekso with a huge 50-50 is back within 2 though, 90 seconds left. That's kind of a repeat of what we saw earlier. It's a high ball from AztraL being slapped by eekso. The difference is that this time AztraL didn't get his car behind the ball. He didn't get any more touches on it after the pop, and he might be in trouble here. eekso has a tiny bit of boost to play with, but not enough to get underneath the ball. Still, this will lead into a big pressure play for eekso. He's got all the boost here. AztraL has none. eekso just can't squeeze that one into the goal though. Tantalizingly close, but out of the goal and into AztraL's control. eekso gets smashed way into the ceiling. He is long gone, and with no boost, AztraL, fully aware of how much time he's got here, takes all of it, and now he has eekso's score doubled in the final minute of the game, and eekso's problems increase. Now, he's famous for his game 5s. That doesn't mean that he likes to start off series 0-2 behind. Important touch there from AztraL. Made the play on the goal line with low boost, and doing so successfully has wasted some more of eekso's time, but eekso will score on the follow-up. AztraL showed his hand pretty early here. He's running away to the back of the goal. Confirmed that eekso would know exactly what he was doing, and as long as eekso can get a bit of height and angle change on that ball, it's almost impossible for AztraL to save. He can't dodge 2 directions at once. 40 seconds left. 2-goal game. One that AztraL has led for the most part. Now eekso might be about to come back. It's the final few seconds, the final few chances of the game for him. At least he's got AztraL where he wants him, in defense, off the ball. eekso to the ceiling. Has a dodge available, tries to pinch the ball on target. It's off and still enough for AztraL to reach. And just like game number 1, we might see a ceiling shot to confirm the win. There it is for AztraL, just like the opening game of the series. He slams a ceiling shot into the far post, and in doing so, puts eekso beyond any chance of a comeback. 2-0 lead for AztraL. eekso's got some work to do if he wants to keep up his chances of finishing top 3.
Thank you Manscaped for sponsoring the EU Salt Mine. There's an offer code for you, to earn E20, which is a 20% discount for Manscaped purchases. Game 5 eekso will need to make a return if he wants a win from here.
Game 3. Can eekso turn this one around? Can he get us into another game 5? AztraL would love nothing more than a 3-0 here. Send himself back into the top 3, where he'll feel like he belongs. He wants that 3-0 loss against OSM to be nothing more than an anomaly, forgotten in the past. It would be interesting to see a repeat of that matchup, should OSM and AztraL play against each other in the gauntlet. First, AztraL's got to deal with eekso. These two know each other very well, and that's a brilliant turnaround by eekso. He dodges a demo and gets quickly into position for the open net shot. That was the key. Great jump there by eekso. Even wave dashing on the wall for a tiny bit of extra speed. If anybody can bring this back to a tie series from this position, it would be eekso. Well, of course, could also be O'Khaled. I could see him doing that, but anybody but O'Khaled. You'd want eekso, I think, these days. Just a minute gone. eekso looking for a way out of defense. Never before, until the Batmobile changed, did I see eekso look so comfortable with low boost. I never thought I'd see a day where eekso looked absolutely on his game with no boost at all. 2-1 in favor of AztraL is the score. He's still getting through, even though eekso's defense is significantly improved these days. I think that's just expected when you play against an AztraL who's not tilted out of his mind. You're going to concede goals every now and again. So not with a quick turn on the wall. Just gives AztraL the ball again. AztraL has to give it right back because there wasn't too much going on there in offense. eekso barreling forward here. AztraL has just reversed all the way from the offensive box to his own goal line. Tries to pre-flip this one on target, but he's landed pretty poorly on it, in fact, and gets a bit lucky that he's disrupted eekso's approach. It's a crazy pre-jump from AztraL, but it somehow worked. I don't know how AztraL's read that play. I think eekso was expecting him to fall down out of position. AztraL trying to style on eekso here. He wants to send him a message. He wants to rub it in because, of course, these two being so close in the standings means there is a good chance they're going to play against each other again at the gauntlet. If they are to do so, AztraL winning 3-0 here would help him out significantly. So as we know, although eekso's mentality has significantly improved, still questionable if he can get past that mental block against a player who he feels like he's not advantaged against. Nice wave dash there by eekso. Grab the boost and also keep himself next to the ball. And this is a mid-air challenge if I've ever seen one. Look at the two players glued to the ball. eekso comes away with it though. And just before halftime, he levels the score. It's quite the aerial battle between AztraL and eekso, but some of you might be surprised to see that AztraL can lose aerial battles. eekso's speed never has been a question in his 1v1 game. It's a brilliant flick. Wow, eekso from extremely low profile gets the ball high and fast into the roof of the net. He's ahead by 1. AztraL was not ready on the goal line for that one. eekso coming again. Still on that hunt for the comeback. Looking to send us all the way deep into the series. Talking to eekso in the past, I know he doesn't like playing Game 5 every single time, but he is quite good at it, and that's what will come from having to do so over and over again. You know, AztraL just kind of dribbled the ball into eekso there. eekso didn't really have to do much. He just stopped where he was and waited for the ball to arrive. Something he did very well in the first game this series when he did have the lead in that game. Hiding behind the ball. Not allowing AztraL to see his approach. He hasn't done that here, and AztraL does see him, and subsequently gets the ball past him with relative ease. Minute and 52 remaining. Maybe a long time if you're eekso, trying to run this one down slowly. AztraL has had lots of success from positions like this today, but not this time. eekso in the way of him. AztraL dribbles the ball back into his own corner, and it's only eekso's demo that finally dispossesses him, but that's a great demo. eekso still has so much boost left over after this. He's going to grab another 100 at mid-left. AztraL forced back into his defensive position. eekso is wasting quite a bit of time here, but AztraL gets past him. He's keeping the threat up. eekso takes the ball, launches it into the blue goal, and he's ahead by 2 goals again. Second time this game that eekso has quickly sped out of his corner and beaten AztraL to the punch. It was a very nice pass to himself there, eekso. Not always easy to be first to the ball after passing off a corner wall like that. Minute left. eekso has not flicked this one well. AztraL doesn't have too much boost either. Game grinds to a halt. eekso lands horribly on the ball, and he gets taken out of the game as a result. AztraL not wasting any time with the center ball, but he is wasting some time with the finish. I wonder why. From 2 goals down, AztraL's wasting any of this clock. He might need every second he can get here. He's got 47 of them to work with. 1 goal is needed. eekso takes control on the left-hand side. He's got the ball in field. AztraL takes it from him and makes eekso's center ball look more like a pass. He hasn't made contact on the final touch, which would have sent the ball on target. eekso brings it down. AztraL's just parked the bus behind the ball here. He's actually done exactly what eekso was doing earlier there. He's hiding behind the ball, denying eekso the vision that he wanted. Now here comes AztraL off the wall. He succeeded from this position earlier in the series, but not this time. And now he really is desperate for time. He would love to have that chance back, but he's not going to get it back. eekso dispossesses him briefly. AztraL has 1 more opportunity. It's not a good lift-off. And the second touch is also too low. AztraL pre-flips to keep it up, but now he has got an incredibly difficult job. eekso, with all the time in the world, puts it down, and he's back in the series 2-1.
Game 3 does go to eekso, with a disappointed AztraL unable to tie the score up and get to overtime. From here, what can we expect to see? Can eekso bring the series level, or can AztraL close it out? To be fair, I think it is hard to predict.
Really important game there for eekso, even if he doesn't go on to win this series in a reverse sweep. He's improved his win-loss differential. AztraL not wasting any time after the kickoff. He's up by 1 already. eekso thought he had at least a moment to play with here, but look at AztraL. Straight to the goal. No need to play off the ceiling like eekso expected. Taking the direct path into the orange net. eekso wants the ball in the back corner. AztraL's not going to give it to him, but he will take it for himself. eekso beats AztraL to the punch, and he will make sure to put the open net on target. He really took his time with that one, but I don't blame him. There have been plenty of open nets this tournament. One thing that really has never left the 1v1 metagame is missed open nets at all levels of play. AztraL might slow play this one because eekso is sitting on the goal line. That's a pretty good placement, but AztraL denied by the bar. He's quickly in the middle though, and he'll put it home. And these aerial plays are so hard to stop. The placement there for AztraL was just too good, and he landed a bit faster than eekso did. In fact, landing on the wall there as opposed to the ground is advantageous because you can keep all your momentum on the way down. If you land on the ground, you're just going to grind to a halt like eekso did in that play. It's a bit fortunate for AztraL, but certainly not something that's too surprising if you watch him play. He always recovers as fast as he can. eekso takes the ball into the blue half. Backflip shot on target, but saved by AztraL. Look at AztraL from deep in his own half already. Starting the air dribble, flip reset, doesn't land, but the bump does. Fortunately for AztraL, the ball hits the bar. It's a nice little change of pace after missing the reset. Just went straight into the next best thing. eekso also misses with his air dribble bump. AztraL on target with the air dribble himself. Actually puts it straight past eekso, who was there to attempt to save. Was eekso expecting another touch there? Did he maybe get a piece of AztraL before the ball? If there was collision, then eekso's going to feel hard done by there, certainly. He won't feel too hard done by with this kickoff. He's back within a 1-goal game again. This has been a problem for AztraL all day. Every now and then, kickoff goals for eekso coming in, keeping the pressure on. If not direct kickoff goals, then certainly kickoff pressure plays. This is one of them. AztraL didn't have 100 boosts to defend with there. He didn't need it. Brings the ball down midfield. That's a very elaborate setup by AztraL. Both players covered off the ceiling of the goal, but eekso puts the shot way wide. Of course, he knew AztraL was coming for him there. Has to put the shots on target. There's no other play that makes sense in that position. AztraL will, and AztraL will move ahead by 2. eekso out of the game. It's just too inefficient, dodging to the side of the field there in slow motion. Just did not make sense. Now AztraL's ahead, and he has the ball under control. That might be the more worrying thing for eekso. If you're going to beat AztraL, you have to deny him ball control. Every time he touches the ball, he seems to grow in confidence. So, not getting much of it to play with right now. AztraL is all over him. Almost demos him. Well, he's standing next to his own post. AztraL might try and pinch this after a dodge. No, just brings it down. But he does look more confident now. Refusing to slow down, refusing to release this pressure that he's got on eekso. That's a pretty crazy pre-jump though. Surely it's not going to work. It is going to work. AztraL has just pre-jumped a month in advance of eekso's arrival and still read his approach. Nobody really tries these things in a close ones match, but AztraL wants to send eekso a message here. He's willing to do anything and everything to get this win and any future matchup that they play in. eekso's having some real problems dispossessing AztraL right now. Well, that's one way to do it. If you can't get the ball off him, get him off the ball. And eekso drills one on target, saved by AztraL. He uses his own crossbar to deny eekso the goal. And eekso's coming at him again, and that's a much better shot. No way for AztraL to accelerate into that one. eekso didn't need too long on the ball to find the back of the net. He's done well there. He was frustrated for ages. AztraL running the ball around the field, running the show in game 4. But eekso just waited for his chance, and he took it when it came. Now he's got another one. Flicks it on target, and in! eekso ties the game. And if he wins this game, he'll tie the series. 1 minute and 27 left in game 4. AztraL and eekso were expected to play such similar styles when people saw this potential matchup. But eekso has evolved, and it looks like it's an evolution in the correct direction. He is slow playing AztraL, and it's working wonderfully. 5-4. AztraL on the receiving end of a brutal mind game. And now he's only got 1 minute and 15 seconds to get a goal with, and eekso's not going to give him one. That might be an opportunity for eekso. It's bounced very, very favourably for AztraL though. That wasn't a position that eekso could utilise. AztraL might be able to. Flip reset secured, and he's tried to pre-flip into it as well, but eekso gets there first. AztraL's landed all over the place. eekso misses the wall shot open net though. Mistakes are starting to come in for both players. eekso still has the 1-goal lead, and he still has all the time in the world and all his space in the world. And there's another goal for him. 4 in a row now in game number 4. AztraL might be in trouble. We're thinking sweeping win was on the cards for AztraL. eekso didn't look like he had any answers. He couldn't stop AztraL's offense, so he can't stop this offensive play. But credit to him, he's shown great patience in game 4. When AztraL's running the ball around the field, denying eekso any chance to control it, eekso still waited. He can't wait here though. AztraL coming at him again, and that is dodgy for eekso. He's on his goal line, gets the ball under control though, but AztraL's taking him out of the game. eekso carelessly waited too long before moving, and AztraL in the final 14 seconds ties the match. There's 12 on the clock, and that is an equalizer. Demo in the back corner. eekso spawning too far away for the play. AztraL didn't leave anything up to chance there. He might be able to win this series right here, right now with an aerial play. Has the flip reset landed? Yes, it has, and it's on target. AztraL wave dashes into the ball and accelerates it into the bottom corner. Really threw everything he had into that one, and eekso will be devastated with this game. He'll feel like he's throwing it away. No way. AztraL gives him another chance. Overtime, game 4, and this is just AztraL showing eekso that he can beat him before or after the clock hits 0. It doesn't matter, but will it pay off? This is such a huge risk. eekso's already come back 1 game closer. Will he get another one? It's almost a repeat of the goal that gave AztraL the lead earlier on, but he can't get around it now, and eekso is creeping closer and closer with every passing second. If that ball had bounced more favorably, that would have been the game for eekso. He's got the ball under control for the first time in overtime, and AztraL effortlessly just controls it on the back wall. Many players would be under pressure with touches like this, but AztraL is not. His boost, however, has started to dwindle. He's running all the way back into his corner to grab some more, and eekso's got so much space to work with. That is a goal, and AztraL has literally thrown away game 4. He allowed eekso back into it, and eekso has gladly accepted the early Christmas present.
I mean, I would like an early Christmas present too. Sounds nice. I am sure eekso is very appreciative. An intentional overtime leads to the equalization of the series. Game 5 eekso has returned. Isn't that quite exciting?
Now, sometimes in 1v1, players will claim that they've thrown the game just to try and take away from their opponent's win. To try and make it seem as if it was theirs all along, and really, they are the better player. And had they not messed up, they would have got the win that they deserve. But here, AztraL has quite literally thrown the game away. And there's no saying that eekso wouldn't have scored a kickoff goal and tied it up anyway. But he didn't have to, because AztraL wanted to beat him in overtime. He gave eekso the goal, and now he hasn't beaten eekso in overtime, and we're in a game 5, and this could be the game that decides who gets top 3 and who doesn't. Could be the game that confirms a reverse sweeping win for eekso, a 4th win in a row for him, and a 2nd loss in a row for AztraL. That's not the kind of stat line you want to be on the receiving end of if you're in AztraL's shoes. He has completely blown it. A lot of people are going to be saying that this is the most obvious Game 5 script that I've ever written, but I'm not going to lie to you guys, I did not see that coming. I thought AztraL would be glad to take the win there. With how badly things are going for him in Game 5 here, I certainly believe that. He would have rather gone back to Game 4 and have that kickoff with a 1-goal lead and 2 seconds left again. eekso challenges early. Does not get much of the ball, but he's gotten fortunate with where it's ended up going. eekso's really very much in control of his own destiny now. He's playing a style that works a lot better when he's ahead, because he can just sit back and frustrate his opponent forever and some. And he is doing just that now. Fakes a flick and goes low for 3-0. And AztraL might have just dropped himself, not just down one spot on the table, who knows, maybe multiple. Making his gauntlet run so much harder. That's a brilliant shot from AztraL. eekso was on the wall, so he had to decide what height he was going to put himself. He went low, thinking AztraL was going to shoot into the middle of the goal, but AztraL's kept it top corner. And he is still absolutely trying to get the win here. He wants to beat eekso in the most dramatic way possible. But eekso has sent him an impossible shot to save. How do you keep this one out? 111 kilometers per hour, point blank range, boomer flick with the Batmobile. There's a long time left in game 5. But with how things are going, it's just a matter of how many goals will eekso score, rather than will AztraL come back or not. That's 5-1 now. Kickoffs have not been friendly to AztraL today, and he needs them to be now, because he's given himself one of the hardest tasks that he's had all tournament long, including qualifying. And we did actually see a 5-goal comeback from AztraL in qualifying for this tournament. We've seen him score goals in quick succession in many of the series that he's played. But against someone who's decided to play Batmobile just to try shore up on their previously thought defensive weaknesses, like eekso has, you really don't want to do that, as AztraL faked out the goal, and now eekso's ahead by 5. And he just has AztraL red in every situation at the moment. eekso predicting when he's going to dive in, predicting when he's going to stay back. But look at that, actually. AztraL gets a freebie from eekso. What is going on here? This is definitely the weirdest series I've ever seen. I've got no idea what exactly these two are doing. Looks like eekso might have just missed the ball by accident there. I was waiting to see if we were going to see 5 kickoff goals in a row and then another overtime game between these two, because at this point it looks like that's the only place that they want to decide games. Game 5 overtime. Let's see who's got the better kickoff. I put my money on eekso, given what we've seen so far today. There's no doubt AztraL certainly has what it takes to put 3 unstoppable shots on target in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Is eekso going to give him 3 chances? That is the bigger question. Smart play from eekso, just waiting to see if AztraL's going to let that one land. His pinch shot doesn't really go anywhere. AztraL picks it up at midfield. He's got eekso in his sights. eekso keeps the ball high into the crossbar. It's a good recovery as well, but doesn't double jump fast enough for the challenge. And AztraL beats him to it. Now, I thought eekso was going to have this one under control. He did land slowly on the back wall, but it looked like he'd landed fast enough. It's just that second jump didn't come in early enough for him. Of course, he doesn't want to go over the ball, but you can't just wait until AztraL's on top of you before jumping. AztraL gets it past him again. We are seeing a real comeback here. Suddenly, a 5-goal lead is down to 1 in the matter of seconds that AztraL's taken so far to do it in. A long time left in the game. eekso loses a kickoff. AztraL has a lot of space to work with. His ball carrying has been successful game 5. I'm not surprised to see him continue to do that. Multiple fakes from AztraL. Backs up eekso, and then the shot beats him to the goal. AztraL has done it again. That first touch was exquisite. eekso thought, it's fine to move a bit closer, keep up the pressure, make AztraL waste some boost. But no, AztraL sets up a shot perfectly and puts it on target. eekso slow plays, but unsuccessfully so. AztraL was waiting for him on the goal line. How bothered will he be by the sight of a 6-goal lead being taken away from him? I think Fairy Peak might be the only player who's ever done that to eekso. I'm starting to think now that you can't ever count AztraL out of a series, because this is unbelievable. He's about to score a 6th goal in a row and take the lead in game 5. Now obviously we all know When the clock hits 2 seconds, AztraL's going to give eekso a goal for overtime. But at least for now, we can say that is a brilliant comeback. 6 goals in basically 6 chances was all AztraL took there. eekso will be kicking himself for giving them to him. But really, what can you do against the offensive prowess of AztraL? eekso, low 50-50 off target. He is not recovering quickly here, but he's recovering more quickly than AztraL is, and he takes him out of the game. A little hesitation on the turn, but eekso still got the bottom corner open. And finally, he stops the AztraL scoring spree. We are completely tied up in a Game 5, which is hugely important to both players. Top 3 in the league auto-qualify for the Salt Mine World Finals. 4th place has to play 1 game, or win 1 series rather, to get in. 5th place has to win 2, 6th place 3, 7th place 4, and so on. These guys still have every chance in the world. AztraL, bit of a panic attack there when eekso missed the shot, but he has got this one under control. eekso, same at the other end of the field. How long can he hold AztraL back for? He's got no boost to play with. He's trying to grab some small pads. AztraL might take the game right here and right now, but he's just bounced the ball straight into eekso, who gladly accepts the challenge. AztraL off the sidewall into the brick wall of eekso's Batmobile. And we will decide Game 5, as Game 4 was decided, in overtime. eekso took that one. Will he do it again? Strong kickoff would suggest he is the favourite. Can he finish the job? Yes, he can! eekso reverse sweeps AztraL. And AztraL throws away a completely free win. Will he regret that decision? Only time will tell. For now, eekso advances.
Reverse sweeps wins the Game 5 this time. It was hard earned, and AztraL will probably be tilted after throwing away his win condition. But eekso will be pleased with another win, one that sees him to a $400 earning in total so far. eekso secures his 2nd place a little bit, although he is not out of the reach of a few players. But he won't be able to drop too much even in the worst scenarios. AztraL stays above Fairy Peak today due to their previous match, but has not been able to make his standing in the league any safer. He has one more chance to reach 4 series wins now. Thank you again to Manscaped for sponsoring the EU Salt Mine. There's an offer code for Manscaped purchases, TOURNEY20, which will give you a 20% discount. Come back tomorrow if you want to see Alpha and Flakes face off. If you don't want to, then come back anyway because you'll be missed otherwise. Thanks for watching today. This is the EU Salt Mine. I am your host and friend, Brian. Shout out to all my friends who wait for the Salt Mine logo to fade now, just in case I am waiting on the other side of it. Interestingly, AztraL's goals and saves per game averages both improved more than eekso's this series. And eekso's saves per game even went down.